athlete's injured, first and foremost, they are a human. So we have to make sure that we remember that they're not a machine, they're not a commodity. So we have to deal with the human element of that. And I think working all together to provide that holistic support. So yes, they're going to have their rehab from the medical team, yes, they're going to have S&C, but let's make sure we're looking after their mental health, and let's also have a look at how best to utilise that opportunities to keep them busy, keep them occupied, keep them moving forward, so that they can look back on that time and say, okay, it was terrible, I was injured and I missed out on this, but actually I made the best use of the time. But really all working together and talking to each other as practitioners to make sure we understand where the athlete is on that journey and on that spectrum, so we can provide the best support for them at that time. You know, no athlete wants to be injured, and particularly if injuries happen at a crucial time of the year. But generally what you see, depending on the, some injuries are such that they can recover and get back into normal training and normal life quite quickly, but those injuries that mean a sustained period of time, you'll have athletes frustrated, they feel a bit useless, they feel they've let people down, they feel isolated, and if these injuries go on for a long period of time, you can have athletes really struggling a little bit with their mental health. So we have to be very careful of an athlete who's really struggling and the injury could be going on for a long time, that be aware that they might be struggling with periods of sadness, could lead to depression. So at the very extreme end it can be very serious, but hopefully we try and manage that and understand that every injury will bring emotions, and if we can be supportive around that, then hopefully that emotional response won't be too severe. First and foremost, our job when an athlete's injured to just be that listening ear, to be an empathetic voice, to make sure that they understand that they are supported, that they have someone that they can go to, someone a little bit neutral as well, who they can just explain exactly how they're feeling. So the first instance is to just provide that safe environment for them. And then the second view is, if they're feeling okay emotionally, is to then think, well, how can we use this time effectively? Because if you're going to not be training for months on end, we don't want you just sitting around. We want you to try and make the most of your time. And what's really great is the athletes are coming forward and saying, I'm injured, I want to use that time to do something in terms of personal and professional development. So if they want to do something towards their career, we'll often sit down and we'll do some career planning with them. We'll make sure that at the end of that injury period they have got a fantastic CV, that they are up and running on LinkedIn. Ideally they've had some work experience as well. And that just gives them a little bit of a balance. It takes the stress off them being injured the whole time. They're actually using that time effectively, so that when they come out of the injured period, they've got all that career planning stuff done, or they've used the time to perhaps learn a new skill. Athletes going to Tokyo, they've learned Japanese, they've learned to cook, they've learned to play the guitar. So just something else. It's really important not to just have it all about the injury.